All right, this is going to be a really, really short, quick video on volume of spheres and hemispheres. First thing with the volume formula of spheres, the entire sphere, I want you to notice the fraction is 4/3. And the big thing here that's missed a lot is we are not squaring the radius, we are now going to cube the radius, and I will show you how to do that on the calculator. With these, like with my previous videos, we're going to go ahead and put the, actually we're just going to round to the nearest tenth on this because the decimals, we're going to end up with fractions if we do it exact, so I don't want to get confused. We'll just go ahead and round everything. Here on the first one, we've got the radius given to us. So all we need to do is just remove it and plug it in. So we have the volume is 4/3 pi, and we're going to take that 28 and we're going to cube it. So in the calculator, when we do this, what we want to do is we want to use the fraction function, which I just do the control divide, and I'm going to put the 4 in the numerator, scroll down the 3 in the denominator. I'm going to scroll to the right, get out of that fraction so we're not putting anything inside the denominator and numerator. I'm going to go down to my pi symbol all the way at the bottom, and then in parentheses, I'm going to go ahead. You don't really need it in parentheses, but I'm just going to do it for safekeeping. Put the 28 next to the squared button. Okay, right here next to the squared button, you're going to see this little arrow that goes up. You're going to press that, and when you press it, you're going to see a little box form up in the top corner where you can put whatever exponent you want. In this case, we're going to put 3. And then we press enter. And this will be, well, it's already round to the nearest tenth because it's such a large number. So that was a 91,952.3. Remember that since we are in volume, okay, we need to make sure that we have this cubed. Forgot to fill in the radius. On the Desmos calculator, to get that exponent, I'm just going to do the 28. If you type in whatever number and you want to get to the different power, right next to the A to the second power is an A to the B. If you press that A to a B, you'll see that cursor go up to that top, and then you can press in what you need. All right, next problem. They're going to give us the diameter. The diameter is going to be the 19.8. We want to take half of that, and we want our radius to, it's going to end up being 9.9. So just filling it in, volume equals 4/3 pi, and we're going to plug in 9.9, being very careful that we are doing this to the third power. Okay, go ahead and practice on the Desmos, whichever calculator, and when we plug all of this in at one time, we're going to end up with 4,064.4 inches cubed. With the hemisphere, a hemisphere is half of a sphere. So therefore, we're taking half of 4/3. Half of 4/3 is 2/3. So when we have a hemisphere, all we're doing is changing that fraction in front. So with the hemisphere practice, what we're going to do is also practice composite solids so that we have that practice done as well. We're going to find the volume of this entire solid, rounding to the nearest tenth. So here we're starting, let's go ahead and start off with the cylinder since it says volume of cylinder first. We're going to go back to the cylinder formula. This was, the volume was base times, area of base times the height, and I like to go ahead and say, okay, let's not do big B, little h. Big B is going to end up being pi r squared. So I can just type it in just like that. I don't have to go find big B on the side. So here, we're going to have pi times, go to the cylinder. The cylinder's diameter and the hemisphere's diameter are both 12, so the radius is going to wind up being 6. So we have pi times 6 squared, we're back at r squared, times the height of the cylinder, okay, 13. And we're going to go ahead and slap everything into the calculator, round to the nearest tenth. We're going to get 1,470.3. Because we have the cylinder on top of, or sorry, the hemisphere on top of the cylinder, we need to fill both of these together, so we're going to end up adding. And so now we'll go find the volume of the hemisphere. And the volume of the hemisphere formula, as written right above, 2/3 pi r, and again, just like the sphere, please make sure you are cubing that radius. Plug in 2/3 pi, it has the same radius, 6, but now we have 6 cubed. We plug everything into the calculator all at once, round to the nearest tenth. The volume of the hemisphere will equal 452.4. So, as we said, we're going to go ahead and take these two, we're going to add them together, and this will equal 1,922.7, and we have inches cubed. These are all going to be inches cubed. Okay, so spheres, hemispheres, and composite volume.